So backfilling Insight. So often our customers are, that implement Insight have an existing data source, right? Whether that's historian, whether it's another product, maybe a SQL database, right? There's an existing data source, and maybe there's lots of data, maybe a few years of data, and right? Maybe you want to get 5 years of existing data into Insight after the initial connection and setup of the solution. Well, there was a tool where you could, you could do inserts with like a REST API. You could do CSV files and import those in, although there was a limitation of like 4 megabytes per file size, I believe it was. So there was some limitations in how you could manage that backfill into Insight. Now, one of the better and faster ways to do that is through an Azure Event Hub. And with that, you can set up that data source. In this case, in this example, you send a JSON packet from the historian to this Azure Event Hub. The Azure Event Hub is a cloud service within Azure, and you create that program, right? Usually it's some type of a little bit of C# programming. But then you can have AVEVA Insight connect to that Event Hub, and so as that the historian is sending the existing data set to that Azure Event Hub, AVEVA Insight can grab that data from that Event Hub without the restriction of that size requirement that you had with a CSV file. This supports process data as well as event data through a Azure Event Hub. Over on the right-hand side, you can kind of see the configuration window from the AVEVA Insight perspective.